Hey, welcome back. I'm Brett of the WALTWINS, and normally there's two of us, freakishly identical twins, but today I'm flying solo. We're midweek. We're getting together to do a bunch of cooks this weekend, but we had to come out and try this. I say we because, well, this is our show, and, well, I'm excited for this. Someone sent Adam and I a video of this thick-cut steak cook, the way they slathered butter on it, and the text said, do you think y'all could do this? And we're gonna find out. We think we can. So let's go ahead and get to the groceries right here. So here you can see right up front and center, we have got these 1.5 inch thick cut ribeye. Now, the video wasn't ribeye. Ribeye is our favorite, and you know, it's kind of tough to find exactly what you want. We are very excited to find this thick cut ribeye like this. So we got the ribeye, we've got Kerrygold butter that we're using. Actually, we're gonna mix a couple of things in with this butter, like these chives, some garlic. And then we are making this a full dinner for Sherry and I tonight, so we gotta have a side dish. We're doing some veg, we're doing some broccoli, and we're sauteing some onions and mushrooms as well. So all of these things here, we've got salt and pepper, and so we're just gonna go ahead and get this butter mixture ready and take it out to the griddle. You see, it's another night cook, which I absolutely love, and well, kind of have to because it's the time of year where it's getting darker earlier, and so we're just adjusting the lights to make sure that we can have the best look for this. So before I lather these bad boys up, I want to show you what we're dealing with here on the griddle. So I've got the two right burners on high. These things absolutely scream. So I've got this on high because we want to get a good sear first, and then we're going to cook over here on the left side where we have it on low. So we're going to get ready to lather these boys up. Here we go. As you can see, I've got a good amount of butter. I'm just going to lay it on there super thick. In fact, I'm going to grab another little big dollop. We are not kidding. That's seriously what we want. We're gonna lay that down. You see that is screaming. You're gonna hurry up and get the second one going. Get that down, going. So now I'm going to actually move these a little closer together because I'm going to use the press to ensure that we get a nice sear. And you can see how hot that is. The butter is already starting to brown right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and change up the glove, and we'll be back after 1.5 minutes. All right, so it has been 1.5 minutes. These are ready to flip. So of course we want the butter on this side as well. So we're gonna get a nice little slather of lather right there. And then we do the same to this steak right here. And then one thing about these units is once we pull the meat, it's a little cooler right here. So I've got this side on screaming hot. So I'm going to take the tongs and I'm going to take and flip it and put it there. Look at that sear. That is that sear. Look at this. I'm gonna take the press, put these down immediately and hold that for another 1.5 minutes. Now we're gonna use a lot of this butter when we move them over here to continue to baste these steaks in the butter. Remember, there's garlic in there, there's chives, and this Kerrygold is that golden yellow. It's absolutely amazing. We're having a good time with this process, so we're gonna continue to show how it's done. So once we pull that in the next 1.5 minutes, we're going to, in fact, I can turn this one on low now because we've got nothing over here. This is where we're gonna be doing the vegetables right here. All right, it's been another 1.5 minutes. These things are ready to pull over to the cooking side of the surface, so we're gonna make that happen now. So I'm going to take these tongs, and actually what I want to do is I definitely want to move some of this butter over here, and we're going to, actually, let me do this. I'm going to lay some new fresh butter down here where it's not quite as hot, still hot, mind you, but we're going to cook and then baste the steaks over here in this area right here. So now this is good. As it is cooling off over here on the right-hand side, I'm gonna scrape some of the gunks off, and I'm gonna get the vegetables going. All right, so now we're getting ready to saute the onions and mushrooms. So I'm gonna take about 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna lay it down right here on this side. Now, this side of the griddle has cooled quite a bit. As you can see, that butter is not screaming and turning brown immediately because we cooled it. We put a little bit of water on to kind of wash it to give this a clean space to get these things nice and cooking. So we're gonna cook these and toss on the mushrooms and onions. All right, now as these are sitting in the butter, one thing we definitely want to do is we want to get the salt and pepper in there. So, salt and pepper here, they're in effect. Oh, it smells so good. So there we go, time to play with our food. One of the main things why we like the griddle. So we've already flipped the steaks once, and you can see they are getting that beautiful crustification that we absolutely love. We did it after the first 2 minutes because it was still hot. So we want to flip these one more time and let them continue and actually finish the cooking process on this side. As you can see, these things, I don't know if you can see, are just so tender. We're going to check, make sure the internal temp is about 130, 135 for the doneness that we like, and then we will pull. But actually, before I do that, I do want to baste with this butter that it is sitting in here, and to continue to just baste it right here. So we've got the onions and mushrooms. You can see they're cooking down. This is what they do. They cover this whole half part of the griddle, and now they're just kind of snuggling up right here on the right-hand side. So we're trying to make them flat so that they can continue to get the heat. We turned up the heat just a little bit. We're getting ready to throw down the broccoli right here. And here we go, throwing down the broccoli. Now the broccoli we're not going to cook in butter or anything. We are going to just add a little salt and pepper, maybe steam them with some water. So, actually, game changer, I'm pulling in the usual suspects. I love putting this on my broccoli, so we are going to make that happen. And there we go. Get these going, the usual suspects, and boom, we are ready to roll. All right, now, because I want to steam this broccoli, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squirt a little water right over here. I'm gonna close the lid for a minute. In fact, these steaks are just about done, so we're gonna pull those right after we give it a quick steam right here. Here we go. Get the steam bath going and close. All right, it's been about 30 seconds since we closed. Take a look as I'm gonna open this, and look how it's turning dark green right there. That's exactly what we want. Now we just want this to kind of soften up a little bit. I'm going to, again, play with my food. Another thing that I'm loving is broccoli is actually crisping up a little bit right here. So I'm gonna temp the steaks out real quick, and then we are probably about ready to pull them and start getting ready for some B-roll. So the steaks are done. They might actually have been cooked a little longer than we want, but we will see when we cut into them. I can tell just how tender they are. I mean, look at that searage that they got on there. That is absolutely beautiful. They smell amazing. So we're gonna let these rest for 10 minutes, longest 10 minutes of our life while we wait for that, but it actually works out because we got some veg over here that is still cooking down. So we're gonna wait for that to finish up. All right, so here we go. Take one last look at the griddle before we plate up. We've got those nice bright greens of the broccoli. We've got the beautiful brown of the mushrooms, and of course the white kick with the onions, and these are ready to pull. We're gonna plate up, and then we're going to be cutting into those steaks. There it is in all its amazingly, smellingly, lookingly delicious glory. And I am telling you, I'm so excited about this. It smelled so good the entire time, and like we say, it can look amazing. Yeah, it looks amazing. Like we say, it can smell amazing. Can I get a smell yeah?
Smell yeah, you can.
Thank you, Sherry. Smell yeah, you can. So, but if this doesn't taste amazing, then this is all for naught. So I'm going one piece by itself. This is cooked exactly the way I like it. If this doesn't taste amazing, this is all for naught. So cheers, I'll eat to that, my brother. Oh my God. I have to move locations, hold on. Oh my gosh. I know I say this every time we make steak. This is the best steak I have ever tasted in my entire life. Sherry, I can't wait for you to try yours. Sherry's on the other side recording, so she can't do that. So now I want to try some with the veg. I'm still coming around to mushrooms. I know that I'm on to onions now. So I'm gonna take a little mush, little little brock. Everyone into the pool. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That is a mouthful of flavor that I'm all about. The broccoli is al dente, so you get a nice little pop and the crunch when you bite into it. I already know what I'm getting with the steak. The mushroom, by the way, has a similar taste to the steak. It's got that brown gravy flavor. It is so good. And of course, the onions, a nice pop and another note as well. So you've got to try it. You've got to try it this way. Slather that butter on, baste it while it's cooking, give it a try. And I tell you what, if this did give you an idea of something that you could do, make sure and give this a thumbs up. It's one way you can support the channel. Another way, which by the way I haven't mentioned yet, is by checking out our cookbook. It's coming out in January. However, it is up for pre-order on Amazon, the Epic Outdoor Griddle Cookbook. So you can check that out. There's a link below. We also have merchandise, and that information is down below. So Sherry and I are gonna get on out of here, and we're gonna eat our dinner now. Aside from coming and making this another banger in the bistro, this steak slathered in butter. But aside from doing all this, why do we do this? Because all we do is twin, no matter what. And with that, we bid you adieu, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And griddle on!